Hey friends, I am here today to share a different kind of video than I normally do. For the past little while, I've been really excited to share my Done by December videos, and today I'm going to take a little break and I wanted to share with you an unboxing of the 2021 December Daily Kit from Ali Edwards. First of all, I need to tell you that I am a member of the Ali Edwards creative team, so I was gifted this kit in exchange for sharing some of the contents with you. The second thing I need to tell you is that when I saw the preview of this kit, and I want to say that it was probably back towards the end of August, I was like, of all of the years, of all of the December daily kits that I have purchased, and I want to say that I've purchased them, I want to say that it was like maybe 2014 was the first kit. I honestly don't remember the exact first year. I've purchased a kit every year, and of all of the kits, this one is like for sure my most favorite one yet. And so this is not hype. This is not like just promotional because every year is a better kit kind of thing. Like genuinely, I feel like this kit was made for me, and I am really excited to show you what's inside. So let's take a look. So first of all, you should know that there is a new album size that was introduced to the collection this year, and that is a horizontal or a landscape oriented 10 by 8 album. Nice big pages, and so some of the elements that are in this main kit have been designed so that they can be accommodated for all of the different sizes and formats of albums that are available with this year's release. And that includes the papers. So in this kit there is a collection of 10 by 8 papers. They're actually a little bit bigger than 10 by 8 because they are made to fit the size of the outside of the page protector in that album. And that means that they're actually about 11 inches long and 8.25 inches tall or high. But these papers can be used directly in that 10 by 8 album. They can also be cut down to fit the 6 by 8 or 3 by 8 albums. They can be used and adapted in different ways in the Traveler's Notebook as well, that has been released with this year's collection. But let's go ahead and take a closer look at the patterns that are included here. So there's 15 different pattern papers that are included in the main kit, and we'll just take a quick run through so you can see kind of what they are exactly. This first one has got these really cute holiday icons. They can be used in so many different ways. I kind of love the page exactly as it is, and there's just a little bit, probably about a 1/2 inch size margin on the left hand side here, so you can go ahead and punch holes directly into this page so that it can fit right into a 10 by 8 album. Conversely, you could also punch holes and fit it into a 6 by 8 album if you wanted to go ahead and trim a little bit off the side or off the middle or wherever you wanted to trim it. You could also cut these individual icons out and use them in different ways on your spreads to embellish photos. Lots of different fun ways that you could go ahead. One of the other things I was thinking that would be fun would be to make these into actually like lift up flaps or tabs, like little peekaboo tabs, so you could see kind of what was underneath, whether that's journaling or photos. Just lots of different creative ways that you could use this style of paper. And there's actually a couple of them in this kit, not this exact page, but this style that has this grid and different pieces that you could cut apart if you wanted to. So that's the first one. In addition to that, there is this red polka dot that's got multicolored dots on the inside. There's like a watercolor style botanical image there with different pine needles and branches, and it looks like holly berries. Just a really lovely floral piece. There's also some of those good old classic patterns that can be used in lots of different ways. This one is like a green and gray X pattern. Here's another hand-drawn style floral that's included. This would be fun to take like a metallic marker and really highlight some of those branches in there to give it a little bit of a metallic shine. There's also a collection of wreaths, and this is another one that would be super fun to either use the wreaths as a home, and you could stick pictures or journaling inside these circles, or you could cut the individual circles out and then replace the pattern on there. Like I'm envisioning that you could do almost like if you had a 6x8 album and you wanted to do one of the full page spreads, that you could cut these wreaths out. You could even cut the centers out and hang them from the top of the page and then go ahead and fill those in as if they were frames. That'd be something that you could totally do. It'd be really cute. You could easily cut this page in half and get 2 pages out of it. You could do folds in between each of these rows of wreaths and make it like an accordion booklet that actually folds out or comes out in a smaller 3x8 style album. So much potential, like tons of different things that you could do with this style of paper, and I really love that one. Here is a rickrack kind of rainbow or multicolored stripe. There is, this one has got like these fine dots, but it's a pattern. This is going to sound a little silly. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like the patterns that you might see on fancy paper towel, but it's still really cute. I think you could do some embroidery on here if you wanted to, but it's also just a really lovely neutral kind of background that you can build your photos and stories on top of. This is another one too. It's a classic, and I feel like I've already used the digital version of this in a couple of ways this year, but it's just a classic kind of red and white plus pattern that's scattered across the page there. Here's another one of those grid pages that I was mentioning about, where you can go ahead and fill in these squares. They can be homes for different embellishments, for photos, for journaling strips, lots of different ways that you could use a page like this, and this is one that I think is super versatile. There's also the hand-drawn word art with lots of different holiday sentiments on it. Merry and bright, love this season, Santa's coming to town, celebrating with loved ones, baking cookies, wrapping, bringing out Christmas. So just a really fun and playful word art piece of paper there. There's also these green background. It's kind of got like a distressed look to it, but it also has these tiny little stars that are stamped all over it. Really cute. And this one, I feel like if I have to pick a favorite, I feel like it's this one from this collection for this year. Really love the dark background with these bright pops of different icons on the front. There's little stockings and candy canes and holly berries and pine branches and mistletoe and holly and ivy, like really cute. And again, this is another one that I think I've already used a digital version in a couple different ways in other projects this year, and I will continue to use it because I just really love this one. There is a red and kind of black and gold tartan style of paper. I was thinking about this one too because I feel like you could use this for more than just Christmas. This is one that I feel like you could really wrap up in the warm and cozy fall type colors and stories as well. But it's just really, really pretty, and I think that'll be kind of a classic pattern to incorporate in lots of different things. And then there's also this speech bubble page. So if you are enrolled in the December Daily Prep Day for this year, I can give you a little bit of a hint that Jenny Ray, who is like one of the creative team members and a super, super talented hybrid scrapbooker, has got a project that she's going to be sharing using a digital version of this page. It's again really fun. Lots of different pieces that you could cut out and use individually. So keep an eye out for that. I hope you're registered for Prep Day. It's going to be super fun. Okay, so let's check out what is included in the main kit. And I can tell you that it is loaded. There's lots of stuff in here. I'm going to go ahead and pull out some of the paper elements first, but there is quite a collection here of paper elements, journaling cards, stickers, chipboard embellishments, wood veneer embellishments, lots and lots of stuff. So let's start with the paper pieces. So just like with previous years, there's a collection of 3x4 and 4x6 journaling cards that go along with this kit. We'll start with the 3x4 cards, and I really love that they've been kept like colorful and fun, and they coordinate so beautifully with the kit, but they're also like really neutral in terms of having lots of blank space and lots of opportunities to tell your stories in different ways. So first up, there's this series of 5 different journaling cards, and when I look look at them, it almost reminds me of like an Instax or a Polaroid photo, but with rainbow colors on them. You can fill these spaces with photos, with journaling. You can just add embellishments if you wanted to. You could cut out the space, make them peekaboo windows. You could cut a line across the top here and actually turn this into a pocket. Lots of different ways you could use these cards. And I believe that these cards in particular are one of the items that are going to be shared in the product play class for this year by one of my fellow creative team members. So really fun, very versatile, lots of different ways that you could use these 3x4 cards. In addition to those cards, there is a collection of cards that are really meant for you to tell your story, and it tells you right at the top. It's like a story, and it could be a story about anything, which really gets to the heart of this project in documenting and sharing your December stories. So there are 7 of these cards. The only difference between them is that the color of the title at the top there changes just a little bit, but again, they coordinate really beautifully with the other elements and colors that are already in the kit. There's the classic reds and whites, and then there's little bits of blue, reds and greens. There's lots of greens in there. There's little bits of blue as well, whether it's a light blue or a little bit of a navy. There's 7 of these cards and 5 of these cards. So already we're looking at 12 cards there that are just inviting us to go ahead and journal our stories there. There's just a couple of really fun and playful kind of filler or design styled cards this year. And I think that this makes a lot of sense because there are so many different patterns in the pattern paper that could also be used in this way if you wanted to embellish them or turn them into filler cards within your pocket pages. So the 3 that are included here I think are really good design choices. There's Christmas Loves, a word art pattern that just says December repeated there, and Dear Christmas, I love you, thank you, love me. I feel like this is going to be a favorite. It's a great way to open the album, to close the album, if you wanted to attach it with a story about writing letters and wish lists for the year. I just really like that one. Really cute. In the 4x6 cards, again, these ones are left pretty neutral, but with story prompts to help you capture the stories of your December. So this top one here says embracing, merrymaking, simply celebrating, finding joy, decking the halls, and making a list. Great December stories to include in your album, stories that you can repeat year after year. I really love the clean and classic look of the design on these, and I like how it coordinates so well with the other cards that are also included in this kit. So when I'm telling you that this is like my favorite kit of all of the years, I kid you not, like this is truly my favorite kit. And one of the things that I love most is these library pocket style envelopes with journaling cards in them that you can fit into page protectors. So these are actually sized to be 3 inches wide and 6 inches tall. So really they actually do fit into that 3x8 style of page protector that's got the 3x2 pocket on the top and the 3x6 pocket on the bottom. These could actually fit inside, but because I like working outside of the page protector so often, you could also put attacher stickers on here. You could just like adhere it directly on top of an enlarged photo. Lots of different ways to include them in your album, but it's just such a playful and lovely design. I really, really like these ones. So there's 4 of these that are included in the main kit, and each of them has got a slightly different sentiment on them. So it starts with merry and bright, having a merry little Christmas, holiday memories, capturing the joy of this moment, 'tis the season, celebrating the magic of the holidays, and December stories, all of the details from this moment. I'm tempted because I still need to do some work on my 2020 album, and I'm so tempted because there's a photo that I have that I know will work amazingly with these style of pockets, and it's just a picture of me reading with my kids, and I mean, it's like a library card and books and reading. It just works. Lots of other ways you could use these, but I really do love these pockets, and I'm excited to include it in my album for this year. Okay, so here's another paper element that is super cute. I sometimes find that I struggle a bit with these like skinny word strips. I find the proportions can just be a bit challenging to work with in some of the projects that I do, but the quotes that are included on these word strips in particular is another reason that I feel like, man, this kit was made for me. So there's quotes on here from movies that I think are like my definition of Christmas in some ways. Eating junk and watching rubbish from Home Alone. The best way to spread Christmas cheer. That's like a quote from the Elf movie, Buddy the Elf. These are like for sure two classic favorite movies that we watch every year. There's maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more, which is like a nod to the Grinch and how the Grinch stole Christmas. And to all a good night. Meet me under the mistletoe. And all I want this season is. So these are just like, love the sentiments on there, and I am determined to include these in my album this year. The other, in addition to the ones that have the quotes on them, there's also these skinny guys that are just blank. So you can go ahead and fill these in with notes or journaling, like just a simple sentence or thought. You could number them. There's 6 of these blank ones. You could use them all in one layout and just jot down like a list of 6 different things that you want to document for any given day. You could cut them apart, use them as tabs, use them as tags and flags. Lots of different ways that you could use them, because I think they are a little bit wider than some of the super skinny ones that have been included in previous years, and definitely a little bit longer. I like this scale. I think this was a great choice for the kit this year. Okay, so the next paper style item that's included in the main kit this year are these giant die cut word sentiments. There's actually 4 of them. And the biggest one, let's grab a pattern paper here to be able to compare it. So this is like 11 inches wide. This strip fits almost across the whole thing. So I want to say that it's probably a good 9, I'd say between 9 and 10 inches in length. The sentiments are, this story has my heart, calm and bright, a difficult December, because not everything is perfect. I'm well aware of that, and definitely include those stories in my album as well. And Twinkle Starry Magic. So I'm not sure if you can see very clearly in the video here, but these actually have got like a textured glitter surface on the top here. It's not the kind of glitter that's going to rub off, like it's really adhered onto there. I think the description for it might have been like a coated cardstock is kind of the way that it was described. But I like the scale of these. I think that these are great pieces to add right onto big photos. It's usually one of my favorite things to include is those big photos all the way through my album. Because this is so large, it might require a bit of trimming or a little bit of creativity, or perhaps even just like cutting it right between the words here to fit into a 6x8 album. But I'm going to have fun with that creative challenge and figuring out how I'm going to put those in. I don't think I shared yet, but yes, my plan is to again use the 6x8 album for documenting my December. I have chosen the green linen album. Let me grab that so I can show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is the 6x8 green linen album that I have chosen to work with for this year. It is a really pretty color of green, definitely very Christmassy. And on the inside, it's lined with like a very light gray or beige, I'm not sure how you would describe it, just a skinny diagonal stripe that goes across. This is like adding the patterns on the inside of these albums is something that I think they started to do a couple of years ago, and I love it because it feels a little bit more like when you're flipping the pages when you've got a completed album. It's just nice not to have this be a completely blank white space on the other side as there was in like the albums of the original collections and stuff. This album, I believe, comes with 31 page protectors inside of it as well, of lots of different orientations. So there's the 2 pocket 4x6 pages in here. There's also the 4 pocket that has the 3x4 pockets in there. There is the orientation that has a 4x6 photo on the bottom and 2 3x4s up on the top. There is those classic 2x2 squares where there's actually 12 pockets on the page, all sized at 2x2. And then there's a bunch of the full page 6x8 page protectors as well. My plan is to go ahead and mix pages in my album that are both inside and outside of the page protectors to tell my stories for December, just like you've seen in the last few videos there of working on my 2019 album. So this is a gorgeous album and I am really excited to be able to use it. It also has got like a gold plate on the edge here. It's just like a lovely little detail. Excited to have that. I'm going to set these pieces aside for a minute here so that we can take a look at the other elements that are in the kit. Lots of fun stuff to show you still. This is all included in the main kit. So while we're talking about different types of papers and stickers, one of the things you'll find is 2 sheets of these circle stickers that are included, just with a red border on the outside edge there. Just something neutral. You can use them again to back embellishments. You can put tiny photos inside. You could do journaling and stamping on the circles. You could put them directly on top of photos. Just lots and lots of ways to use these little round circle label stickers. There's also the numbers this year are these gold puffy stickers. There's 2 sheets of the numbers inside. And it's like a metallic gold there with the numbers 1 through, and then you have got enough there that you could make 10s and lots of different stuff there. Okay, while we're talking about stickers, this is a new addition to the kit this year, a new type of product item. It is these dimensional stickers that have got layers on them and are raised up. So they're not flat stickers, they're not puffy stickers. They're stickers that are made out of layered cardstock, and they've got like foam stickers or dividers in between them to give the elements of the stickers a lift off of the page. They are really pretty, and I think that this is a very cool new style of item to include in the kits for this year. The other thing that is a sticker item for this year that is very exciting, and I'm so like thrilled with, is these little stockings. Okay, this might be out of focus, so I'm going to try to fix that. 1 second. Okay, so these little fabric stockings are adhesive backed. They've got a variety of different designs and patterns on them. There are 7 of them included in the main kit. It's a new style of item, and man, they are so cute. I love these as a really fun embellishment. Cannot wait to use those in my album this year. Okay, also included in the main kit, the chipboard for this year, are these very, very cute speech bubbles. In past years, the chipboard has actually been like adhesive backed. This year, they are not, but they are a great size and scale. Super fun speech bubbles. It's kind of a mix of handwritten words and then some that are more like a really clean typeface. And when I first saw the preview of these word bubble chipboard pieces, I think I audibly gasped. I was the only one in the room at the time, but I was like so excited by these chipboard speech bubbles. So this is the product that I am going to be using in this year's product play class, which starts at the beginning of November. So November 1st through 30th, the idea is that every day in November there will be a new lesson and a new creative team member from both Allie Edwards' creative team, Allie herself, and the December Daily creative team. And each day the lesson will focus on a new product that's included. I believe about half of those lessons are going to focus on elements that are in this kit, in this main kit that I'm showing you right now. So already, if you purchase the kit and you want some creative ideas on how to use the elements in it, you're looking at like a class that will show you piece by piece pretty much different ways to use the elements in the kit. It's a great class, lots of fun creative ideas in it, and I'm excited to be able to use the chipboard speech bubbles in the class for my lesson this year. Okay, so another thing that is adhesive backed in this year's main kit are these super cute pleather hearts that have got like, yep, just making sure they are in fact adhesive backed. So super cute pleather hearts. They've got like this embossed word art right on top of them. So there's one that says Christmas, story, merry, joy, this, and love. If I didn't get to work with the chipboard pieces, which were my first choice, these were definitely my second choice of what I was most excited to be able to do a lesson with in the kit. That doesn't mean it's my second favorite. It's like trying to pick a favorite child. But I really love the pleather hearts this year. Again, they're a really good scale. So just like to show you, that's a 3x4 card. That is one of the pleather hearts sitting on top of it. I want to say that these might be like a 2x2 size. Let me just grab my ruler and see if I can confirm that for you. Okay, so at their widest point, they're actually just a little bit bigger than 2 inches across, just a tiny bit. So if you wanted to trim just a little bit off the edge, it would fit right into the 2x2 page protectors as well, which would be another cute way to go ahead and use those hearts up. But honestly, I'm not going to have any trouble using these hearts in my stories this year. Really like those. So one of the things that I used most recently in my day 20 story from December 2019 were these gold flecked cork hearts, or cork stars sorry. Gold flecked cork stars. That's what I used most recently on my day 20 story. This year there are it's the same gold flecked cork, but it's hearts in a variety of sizes. So there's these little tiny guys. There are 6 hearts included in the package, and in a variety of sizes from teeny tiny to a little bit bigger. Lovely, lovely, lovely little embellishment to be able to add on to your photos and journaling and pages. I think they're going to be great to work with. We're still going, guys. There's still more stuff in this kit. Like, truly, it's packed. There's so much stuff in here. Okay, so there are also this collection of little, I want to say they're vellum. I think that's the best way to describe them. I think they're vellum embellishments. 4 little die-cut Christmas trees, and they've got a little bit of a metallic gold stump on them there. And then another 4 of these die-cut circles that have got some of the holiday icons that we saw over in the pattern papers from earlier. So there is like oranges or clementines and pine branches and a candy cane, just with different sentiments on them. It's always nice to be able to layer these types of embellishments that have got a little bit of transparency in them. Those are really cute, really lovely. There's also these plastic or acetate big circles. So these guys, I want to say, are probably like 4x4. So that's a 4x6 journaling card, and it goes from edge to edge. So these are definitely like 4x4 sized. They're not vellum, they're acetate, they're not completely transparent, they're definitely coated with white, but they've got this metallic shine on them as well. There are 3 of these wreaths included in the main kit, and the middle one has got this beautiful Roald Dahl quote above all, watch with glittering eyes the whole world around you, because the greatest secrets are always hidden in the most unlikely places. Those who don't believe in magic will never find it. I think I've seen that quote used in other places in the past, but it still carries with it that same like wonder and magic that comes along with the December season. So those are lovely. I feel like, especially the one with the quote, could be like an amazing little standout piece on its own. One of the orientations in the 10x8 album is this pocket page that's got a 4x6 spot paired with a 4x4 spot on the top, and then it does the same thing at the bottom, but it's reversed, so it's like 4x4 and then 4x6. These will fit right into the 4x4 pockets. So that's one thing just to keep in mind. And then the next piece of this kit are these little wood veneer houses in a variety of colors and shapes and sizes, and there's so many of them. Let me just get them all spread out here. So there's 10 of these little wood veneer houses that you could layer to make like a little village, or use one or two of them individually. I feel like, knowing that we just came out of a Christmas in 2020 where everyone was at home and not really able to visit with family and friends, this kind of thing would even be great for telling that kind of story, because you could like lay them out across a page and connect them with threads and string to show how you connected with people in their own homes or in other houses. Just one idea about how you could possibly use them. There's so many of them, and they're really cute. The colors all coordinate with the other elements that are in the kit, and they are going to be fun to include in the storytelling for this year. The little stitched felt pieces have been such a popular item over the years. This year, the shape is a star, but I think it could also double as like a little flower or like a little poinsettia. There are 6 of these included in the main kit, and again, just really lovely. It'd be fun to be able to layer some of these pieces together and include them just as really pretty embellishments. I love it when you can incorporate embellishments that have a variety of textures, and I feel like this kit totally hit that nail on the head this year, because we've got felt, vellum, wood veneer, acetate, cork, pleather, chipboard, coated cardstock, fabric with all of the little stockings there. There's the gold puffy pieces, puffy stickers, and then more layered. They aren't really chipboard, they're paper or cardboard, I guess, but the fact that they have all of this dimension to them is so cool. The paper pockets as well as the paper word strips are going to be really fun to include as well. And then the last thing that I want to show you, this is the last element that's included in this main kit here this year, is this super cute 25. This is like a patch that's got gold metallic thread around the outside, and it is adhesive backed, so it comes right off of the backing there and stands out on its own as a 25. This could be fun to include on the front of that linen album. There's also some other products that were released with the collection this year, the 2021 collection, like canvas pockets. I'm just really excited to see how people decide to use that patch in their kit this year. So I think that wraps up my unboxing video for the main kit. I believe this kit is still available at the moment at Ellie Edwards' website, and I am truly excited to be able to use these elements in my storytelling for 2021. Like I said, I truly believe that this is probably my most favorite main kit that has been released in all of the years of the kits being released. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. I'm going to be back hopefully in the next couple of days with my next Done by December process video for story number 21. If I'm not back in the next couple of days, it's because I'm busy working on prep day stuff, content, and designs, and again, really excited about that too. Thank you again so much for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments below.